so what am I doing? What are we doing?
Oh, I am.
Should I be doing something, or looking at the camera, or?
Let me see. So we've already have footage of all the action kind of stuff, right?
Doing kids
So
doing
this
their
might end up being a little bit more just the voiceover, and then we might cut to you.
Do you want to see me doing evaluations?
No, I think we'll just do the interview.
Okay.
This is more about Mike Sagel, the artist that helped us through the process, because we do have the kids already and some photos there. Joy, you just got in my shot.
Sorry.
Maybe I should just have this sort of displayed out so
Yeah.
that you can see it on the table.
There you go.
So maybe I should I like kind of give a brief summary about how we did this, or?
Yeah. Your workshop process
Okay.
with the kids,
Okay.
the teachers'
what
involvement, what materials you used, the concept of envisioning the future of transportation,
Okay.
how
So what-
well received it was by the students.
Okay. Maybe one question at a time.
Yeah. I'll lead you through.
Okay. Here's my notes.
I'm just gonna start the recording.
Okay.
What about the light? Too much light?
Oh, I do want
Mm-mm,
to.
it's
Someone
perfect.
ask me a question.
Yeah. So I'm just recording to get some B-roll. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell
Sure.
us a little bit about highlights from this project.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just put this back in here. So my name is Mike Saijo, and I'm a visual artist, LA based, and I'm sorry. Can you ask me the question again?
Tell us a little bit about this project that you've been working on.
Okay. My name is Mike Saijo. I'm a visual artist from Los Angeles, and this project that I'm working on here in collaboration with AARP is an art contest that we organized for Lincoln High School students. The theme of the project is transportation, visualizing the transportation of the future for 50-year-old and up, and for everybody else. And so the students began to brainstorm and think about what they would like to see and what they would imagine in the near future, in the next 30 years here in Los Angeles, to become a world-class city. And I was very impressed by the work that they did. So I think we have a lot of good work that was produced out of this.
Okay. What has surprised you most about the students' view on transportation in Los Angeles?
What surprised me most was that how retro everything looked and vintage kind of everything looked, and I think it's because of what they've been exposed to seeing, and so I think some people may have seen some pictures of bullet trains overseas, but because LA really hasn't really caught up yet with the rest of the world, I think that there's some type of imagination that they're willing to suspend to make that leap into the future. But that's sort of what I was surprised to see, how retro it looked.
Okay. Just ran out of card. Okay. What does your perfect commute look like?
Is it better with that camera than the other one?
It ran out of the SD card.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was the question?
What does your perfect commute look like?
The perfect commute would be like a Sunday morning, 7 a.m. when there's no cars. Very kind of a dream in Los Angeles, but you know, it's.
Where would you be going?
Well, if I could get to the west side in 10 minutes, that would be an ideal commute. But,
Did any of the students create something that would do that?
yeah, actually, I think some of these students were thinking about some trains that go above the streets, above traffic. Some of them are pods that are underground, that are sort of like these monorail type of systems. And some of them are like bullet train systems that run above ground, that can just probably fly through and get to the west side in a short amount of time.
Okay. Art and transportation don't seem to have much in common. However, this project brings them together. Why do you think transportation makes good subject matter?
Well, I mean, I think of the city as a body, and how there are all these different parts that need to be connected together. And so when I think of public transportation, I think of a sort of social mobility, first of all, and you know, this connectivity, and how all it becomes a sort of a way in which commerce and people could just kind of connect and become familiar with their environment, relate to their environment through public transportation, and really get to know the city and the history of the city where they're in, instead of being secluded in one particular area, for example, and you know, just having a very limited view of the world. You know, with public transportation, you can exit your neighborhood and go into another part of Los Angeles that's very different, very diverse, and therefore you get a better sort of multicultural experience of Los Angeles.
How has this project changed the way you view the future of transportation?
This project has helped me really think about the future of public transportation, and really, you know, I've come to realize all the technology and everything we have is already here on this earth. We don't have to really create anything new. It's just now a matter of working with existing systems and bureaucracy, administrations, to make sure that what we had intended is going to actually occur, and we have solutions to resolving some of these problems. And so, like for example, one thing that came to mind was Metro Uber for elderly people would be very useful and helpful, and really wouldn't cost very much.
Older adults.
Older adults. Yeah. Okay. I could repeat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music to our ears.
Metro Uber for older adults would be very helpful and useful. You know, to pick people up from their homes, take them to the metro stations, and if there's some type of system that's able to monitor and know where they are, so that they could be identified when they're supposed to get off, or something like that, to be able to track them in a way so that they get to their destination. I mean, we have everything in the capabilities of our phone now, so I think it's just a matter of integrating the technology into our social systems here.
Did you know that Metro's working on that?
Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. So
I just learned about that this week.
Yeah.
So finally, what do you hope people will take away when they see the finished projects?
I hope that the people would see that this is really something that's for the next generation, and think about the future generations living here, and how they're going to be, you know, really doing something for the next generation, for the youth, and cultivating, encouraging them to participate in this process I think is really important. And so I hope that our others are reminded of the young ones that are going to be growing up and taking our places in the next 20, 30 years.
Okay, and can you introduce yourself one more time so we have it all in one place?
My name is Mike Saijo. I'm a visual artist from Los Angeles, and that's about it. Thank you for, I don't know.
Thank you.